travel. So the situation is, there have been a lot of proposals for building starships, and they've been studied, and none of them would work. We don't know how to get to the stars. Okay? It's very hard.
Yeah.
Anything that people have thought of, there's just something that won't work about it. Okay? So it may very well be that the only real way to build a starship is with a black hole. It's the most intense energy source we could imagine building.
Now wait. If we just establish that in the course of building a black hole, like you can't get any information through the black hole, so to speak, it's like not clear to me how a black hole becomes a part of the very intentional engineering project that the creation of a starship would be.
Okay, the point is, look, you make a black hole. In principle, it's very simple. You just have to get a whole lot of stress energy matter. I'm being careful not to say mass because Einstein's equation is a tensor equation. So it doesn't need to be rest mass, but matter, energy, to concentrate in a very small volume. And once it gets within its own Schwarzschild radius, it causes a black hole. And then the black hole radiates. So if you made a very small black hole and it was very hot, it would be a very intense energy source. And then you could use it as the drive
fuel
for a black hole starship.
Fuel.
So if you look up my name and also my student, Sean Westmoreland, who worked with me on this,
you're mainly a starship designer? Is that what I'll find?
Well, you'll find some stuff about starships, and I won an award for an essay proposing this, and so the thing is that we figured out there's a sweet spot. There's a size of black hole you could just imagine creating, and I think nature does us a favor. It's just outside of possibility, but then there's this sort of little physics miracle that makes it possible. And that's what we call the non-linearity of vacuum. That if you see, the idea of making it is to have a gigantic imploding laser. Mm-hmm. And you have an imploding electromagnetic front. The front would have to weigh about 1 million tons. So you want to think of the gamma ray laser as weighing about 1 billion tons. All of this is back of the envelope. Mm-hmm. It would be very silly for me to try to calculate anything more precise at this point. But then it shrinks down within its Schwarzschild radius and makes a little black hole. And then you use the radiation from the black hole to guide it, and you put it into like a little trap, and you reflect the energy out and use it as like a photon drive to drive your starship. So this is the answer to my second question, if you remember. Why do we want to build them? We want to build them because there's no other way to get to the stars. The other suggestions, believe me, are much worse than this. We can't do it now. It would cost $2 quadrillion, and again, that's back at the envelope, and I absolutely refuse to try to do that. It's more money.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's more money than we've got. Mm-hmm. But 200 or 300 years from now, I mean, I imagine myself in the same position as Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, he goes to the Duke of Florence and he tells him, "I've got a great design for an airplane." And he unwraps a scroll and he's got a 747. And the Duke looks at it and says, "That's very nice. How much would it cost?" And he says, 1 billion florins. And the Duke says, "You know what my budget is this year? 60,000 florins. It's very nice, Leonardo. Couldn't you paint some more portraits?" That would be what Leonardo would get with his... All right, but 400 years after Leonardo, mm-hmm. we built the damn things and the planet's full of them.
So you may be vindicated, but not in your lifetime.
No, absolutely not in my lifetime.
That's sad.
Well, I mean, do you feel sorry for Leonardo?
No, you make a good point. On the other hand, he did get some things funded even in his lifetime, I think, and maybe you are too. Let me ask you a question. So there's lots of black holes. There are black holes out there apparently, and they were not necessarily. What's that?
They don't radiate significantly.
But we think they're out there.
Yeah, we see them. Wait, sorry, let me explain. There's two different things.
Sure.
There's matter falling into the black hole and radiating.
Uh-huh.
And we can see that. But you see, there's the Hawking radiation, which is where, because of the curvature of the space-time, virtual particles get separated and radiation comes out. And then the black hole slowly radiates out its mass energy and then goes off in a final explosion, if we believe the semi-classical theory, which is all we've got.
But meanwhile, something happens on the other side, so to speak. I mean, there is this prospect of creating new universes.
In the classical solution, a singularity forms, and if you maximally extend it, a new universe forms on the other side.
And is the definition of singularity in this context something about just an inability to see what lies beyond it?
It means that the radius of curvature becomes zero, so the curvature becomes infinite.
Okay.
It's infinitely bent.
Does the phrase event horizon enter this?
This is inside the event horizon.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got that straightened out. But okay, so here's the question. So,
there's a very nice book by Hawking, The Large-Scale Structure of Space-Time.
Okay.
Do you know it?
I'll put it on my list.
It's got really good pictures. You can just look at the pictures.
That's what I look for in a book. So, so in your scenario, is it both the case that the universe creates some black holes of its own accord, so to speak, without intelligent life being involved, but intelligent life can greatly increase the number of black holes?
Okay, suppose this scenario is correct. So you can make a black hole and you can use it to get to another star. You get to another star, you go live on the planet. And after a couple of generations, you get tired of it, and you build another laser, and you build another starship. So it causes a plus, aside from being a drive for a starship, it's an ultimate energy source. You can throw in garbage and out comes energy. The black hole will absorb anything and turn it into energy. So we're going to build zillions of these. So the universe is going to be, as we expand, it's going to be full of them. So that's lots more than there are stars.
Okay.